What is going on, guys? My name's JPhanta. Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best free-to-play and extreme type teams from worst to best. I was going to wait on this video until I showcase every single team, but because the category team video that I did a few days back did so well, I thought I might as well make this video. If you do want to see each team get showcased in a Dokkan event, make sure you click on the top right eye icon. There will be a playlist with all the team showcases, including the category ones. So if you guys want to see them in a real event, make sure you go check that out. The only one that I haven't done so far is the Super AGL. But with that said, let me put some ground rules on this video. One, each team has their own corresponding 120 lead. So if it is Super Tech, they have to run the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku and nobody else as the friend leader, just to keep things, you know, even, and it probably make things unfair if I use like LR Goku and Frieza, since they are the top LRs, or LR Vegeta or LR Vegeta. Number two, this is obviously my opinion, so your list might look a little bit different to mine. If it does, make sure you comment down your list and tell me the reason why this team should be higher than this team, etc. I would be super interested to know. And three, there are some JP units in here that Global do not have, but hopefully they come very soon for Global. But with that said, let's get started with this list. Number 10, being the worst team out of all of the 10 typings, is the Extreme STR. Now, as you can see by the diagram here, they have very little linking together. LR Frieza's best linking partner is Janemba, which is 3 key, and it's a potential of 25% attack and defense up, 2 key, and a 5% HP recovery. In the other rotation, you have Golden Frieza, Android 13, and they have no links together. So you're already having some troubles with key, especially when you're running your best leader being Golden Frieza, which is a 40% stat boost and 2 key. You're only starting off with 5 key, which is very difficult to get that super attack. 6 key is obviously much more easier to get than 7. Their floater spots, you have some pretty questionable units. You have the Boo here, which is a nice attack up unit, but because he's SI, he doesn't get the potential boost. And that's the same with the Dracula Man. The only thing that's good with him is that he can seal. Obviously, if you don't need a seal, then the probably best choice is this Vegeta that JB only gets, which is 77% attack up at a great chance and 3 key. But yeah, if you're global, you're probably running this team here. You have Jace here, that is a pretty good supportive unit, providing 2 key as well as 20% attack up, and you can see where the opponent is super attacking, which will help you survive. But with that said, the reason why it's number 10 being the worst team is links. You can't really change your rotations around, and if you do, you're pretty screwed up, and a very poor leader skill, and a very poor team because you don't have that many SSRs and URs. So let's get into the number 9 spot, which is Extreme Tech. Now, Extreme Tech does have some same problems as Extreme STR. One being a very poor leader skill. Your best leader skill is the Tech Demon King Piccolo, which provides a 30% stat boost as well as 2 key. Again, another situation where you're starting off with 5 key, which is very difficult to get that 7 key to get a super attack. Luckily for us, Piccolo is a nice supportive unit, so that brings up the value of him. And you could obviously run Goldo, which has the same leader skill, but I put him in, you know, the substitute place just because if you can't stun, he's useless, and if you can't debuff, he's even more useless. So that goes, at least with Turles, he does have a nice attack and defense boost, and he, you know, he does well even if he doesn't really need to stun. So that's why I put him in the main team other than Goldo. Then you have the LR Vegeta, which is another attack and defense support unit, providing 30% attack and defense up. The only problem there is that he doesn't link with anybody at all, except with the Goldo, which is the substitute unit. And he's only there really for, you know, the HP stat and, you know, the support boost and the defense. Other than that, he is pretty bleh on the team. Now, the main rotations, you obviously have Super Saiyan 3 Broly, which is definitely not the greatest 120 leader. You know, his defense is going to be super low when you get those orbs. The good thing is you have Bio Broly next to him, which has 4 links together, which is a total, a potential of 40% attack up and 1 key, which is always nice. And Bio Broly being a pretty good supportive unit as well. Then we have the Super Android 13 in the other rotation with Lord Slug, just because they are pretty good. Android 13 being a pretty good damage dealer, attack plus 70% up, and then Lord Slug provides himself attack and defense plus 50% up, and he can heal you if your HP is lower than 30%, which is most likely going to happen just because of how this team looks, but that is the reason why they are in the number 9 spot. Let's get into the number 8 spot, which is Extreme AGL. Now, again, same problems as the last 2 teams. Just the only benefit that they have is that they have way better chemistry than the other 2 teams. Like, these coolers here have 4 links together, 25% attack up, 20% defense, and 2 key. This AGL cooler is really good now that he gets the Awakening, you know, multiple attacks, provides attack and defense plus 40% for all AGL types, which means this cooler here is getting a total of 65% attack up, and plus his attack and defense at plus 7,500 from his passive. The problem is that your 120 leader, Super 17, is the worst 120 lead. Sorry, Master Ningen, I have to break it to you, but he takes time to build up his damage up, which is still a nice attack up, but, you know, takes time. He is a nice tank. With that said, you have LR androids linking up with them, which in total is 4 key, I'm pretty sure, and 10% attack up. So it makes the androids here get a 18 key super attack a little bit more easier. You have this Android 17, which links with both androids over here pretty well, which will help out the LR androids even further to get that 18 key super, and help out the Super 17 increase in attack a little bit more as well. He has a high chance of avoiding enemies' attack, which is nice. And then we have Resurrected Warrior Frieza, which is a very, you know, solid unit, providing attack and defense plus 50% up, and 3 key. So it shouldn't be difficult to get a super attack. Your best leader skill, I forgot to mention, is your 17 here, which provides 2 key HP attack and defense plus 30% up. So again, you're starting off with 5 key, but because you have so many units, you know, providing key to each other, shouldn't be a real problem. And then you have Baby here, which has some decent links as well, you know, like Nightmare, Conquest of Ambition, the Rebirths links, which is really good, and, you know, just more attack links, which will help out. You can run Berta if you want, but the reason why I don't want to run Berta is that you need to put him in the main rotation. First place, you need to have him hit first before he can dodge anything. And, you know, you don't want to prioritize orbs with him. That's how he gets his attack up. You want to prioritize your orbs on, you know, LR androids, for instance. You want their 18 key super as much as possible, since you want the debuffs. And so if you prioritize orbs on other units, this guy will end up getting like less than 50% attack up, which is not as good. But yeah, you can obviously still use them for the lead skill if you'd like to, if you don't have maybe the 17. But yeah, just not as good as 17, in my opinion, because 17 can dodge anywhere and any place at a high chance. So let's get into the number 7 spot, shall we? And that is Extreme Physical. I did not know if I should put Extreme Physical in the 8th or 7th spot. I ended up putting them in the 7th spot just because, one, they have a better friend leader, which is cooler. So much cooler than Super 17, puns intended. And then we have a better free-to-play leader, which is Nappa, providing the 70% HP attack and defense up, as well as 3 key. So a lot more HP than the first 3 teams that we talked about. The only problem here is links. As you can tell, there's not many lines on the screen compared to the Extreme AGL. And the team is not very, you know, chemistry-wise good. You have your Fierce Battle linking unit, Super Saiyan 3 Brawly with Cooler, just for that 50% attack up. Luckily, we have a supportive unit with the Nappa, providing 2 key and attack and defense plus 30%, which means it's going to be a little bit easier to get a super attack, and plus you're starting off with 6 key now instead of 5. You have the Majin Vegeta if you want another tanking unit. You can build up to 120% defense up. You can also bring the Super Boo, which is a nice healer, and if you get enough orbs, it will help him with his defense and attack up. King Cold if you want to lower attack a lot through his passive and super attack. And then we have the Ginyu little linking here, providing 25% attack up and as well as 2 key. And Ginyu also provides 3 key and 7,777 attack up. Rikuma is a nice defensive unit, and if you build up his attacks, that he's going to hit pretty decently as well. A nice bonus unit here is going to be the Ginyu Goku from the barbershop. If you change orbs around, it will help out the Super Boo and help out Ginyu get that 18 key super as well. And if you link them up, that's an additional 3 key, 25% attack up, and 500 attack up with the Rikuma as well. So That's really good. So if I were to choose which team I would go with, I would run probably like this and keep these two just in case I needed that defense in maybe a different event. But yeah, that's why I put them in the number 7 spot. Hopefully you guys agree with me, them being better than Extreme HGL. But let's get into the number 6 spot, which is the Extreme Int. I really wanted at least one Extreme team being the top 5, but unfortunately they're just a little bit shy of being top 5. You can make an argument that they could be in the top 5. Let me tell you some problems about this team. One being Kid Buu. He doesn't have that many key links. The only link he's sharing with the whole team is Brutality, or Brutal Beatdown, which is 10% attack up. Still a good thing. And big bad bosses with LR Cooler. You obviously have LR Cooler as the leader, or Deborah if you'd like. The same results anyway. You're running them on the same team anyway as well. Deborah being a nice supportive unit, key +2. At least with this team, you have a lot of support units, so you probably won't have any key issues. You have Freezer here, the GT Freezer, who provides 2 key as well as attack and defense +25%. Also reduces damage, which is nice, and can stun. He shares 3 links with the Cooler, total of 4 key and 10% attack up. So you're getting Cooler a guaranteed 12 key super, so all Cooler needs to get is get another 6 key, and he is already getting that 18 key super, which is really, really nice. And then if you have Deburo, it makes it a lot more easier as well. And of course, linking him up for an extra 2 key. So all you really need, if you get that best rotation, is 2 key. So that's really good for Cooler. But unfortunately, on the Kid Buu side, I would have to run Ginyu here. He doesn't link up with Kid Buu at all, but I think Ginyu is a little bit more better. And if you build up his attack more, it's going to end up with better results than Raditz. Raditz is nice though if you are versing multiple amounts of enemies, and he's still good, 50% attack up. You only get that additional attack and defense +30% if you're versing more than 2 enemies, and that 6 key, which would be really nice. Another good unit is Android 16, which reduces damage by 55% when guard is activated. It's good for those tech fights, but if you aren't versing that many tech units, say if you wanted to challenge yourself or something, then one of these 3 units would be good. If you can stun, General Blue is not bad. You just need to get that super attack off, which is the problem. And then you have Tien, which can get additional super attacks and also build up his own attack, which is nice. Or if you want to lower attack, then the Demon King Piccolo is also good as well. So, with a few exceptions of bad links, that's the only reason why they are in the number 6 spot. You could probably give me an argument that they are like top 5, top 4, but I'm just going to put them in number 6 spot. Number 5, we are now getting to the super teams, and it's going to be Super Ints. You might be questioning me, because we're already, as you can see, running 100% leader skill, which is really good, right? Which is really, really good. And you're also running Gogeta, which some will say is the best 120 leader, and I'm telling you guys it's only the 5th spot. Hear me out, and let me know if it's a reasonable argument. But I think the only thing that's letting them down is damage, okay? You have one good rotation with damage, and then the other units in this whole team don't provide any sort of good damage output, okay? You have some good support units, which is good. Half the time I'm like, okay, free-to-play units should only support the friend leader, and that's a good team. But when you're running the best of the best, hopefully you have at least another free-to-play unit that can deal some decent amount of damage, and that is none. Obviously, you have these guys down the bottom here, which I think this Gohan only gets that boost when he's versing 2 or more enemies, which is pretty bad. He links well, though, with the team. You have this Gotenks, which is nice, but it's only a 50% attack up, and he doesn't link as well. 700 attack up. He only has shocking speed, which is nice to get the super attack, but not the best. And then you have this Great Saiyaman, which is nice when you build up his super attack mechanic, and he's a nice ally support unit. But other than that, you already have some support units, which is the very good buff Goku, 25% attack and defense up, and 2 key. Also can do the build up attack with his mechanic. Bardock's to seal, so if he can't seal in an event, you probably switch him out, and I'll probably put it like this, honestly. That's probably your best. LR Goku, even though he has that great leader skill, he's only a support unit in the end. So he won't do that much damage. At least your HP and attack will look very nice. Then you have a damage reduction unit being the Kid Gohan on the Icarus, which is good. And he provides allies with 20% attack up. And then you have LR Piccolo for that defense and the LR stats, of course. So hopefully you guys can agree with me with 5th spot. Obviously, I'm not an expert on Dokkan battles. This is just my opinions. I don't really run Super Int at all very often. So that's probably my reasoning why I put them in the 5th spot. Number 4 spot, we have the Super Physical. I think Super Physical has just got that major boost with the new cards that just released. And that's why I'm putting them in the number 4 spot. They're pretty much Super Int, just a little bit better in my opinion. So we have that good linking with the friend units, which is Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku and Gotenks. You know, attack plus 10%, attack plus 15%, and the 2000 attack up and 3 ki, which will help Gotenks get that easy super attack. Obviously, he only needs 9 ki to super attack, but, you know, the less orbs, the better, right? And then you have Super Saiyan 3 Goku's potential to steal. He's a nice tank, providing himself defense plus 7,000 up. And you are only running a 77% HP attack and defense leader and 3 ki, being the Kid Gohan from Super Battle Road. And Gotenks is a bit worse than the Super Gogeta as a 120 lead. But then you get to the other rotation, and that is, you know, Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, and then Gotenks, which those two linked together provides 25% attack up and 4 ki, getting hopefully the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 and 18 ki super, which will then increase the allies in that rotation's attack up by 30%, I'm pretty sure. And he provides defense plus 50% up for all allies, and extreme enemies defense minus 70% down, which means hopefully your units will do some decent amount of damage. You have the Feet Kamehameha Goku providing attack and defense plus 80% when you do a super attack, which is really, really good. He also has the stun factor. Obviously a better passive than the Int Trunks from the Super Int team. Then you have a pretty good supportive unit being the Kami, attack and defense plus 25% up and 2 ki. So that's really, really good. If you need more attack units, you have UI Goku, which is a very good hard-hitting unit. If you need an orb changer, if ki is still an issue, which I don't think it will, he can change the orbs around and he can build up his attack. If you need to get a healer, getting that free senzu bean from the 3-year Goku is really good. I think in long-term battles, this team will do better. You have pretty decent stunners and some high defense units. So that's the reason why I put them in number 4 spot. They just last a lot longer, in my opinion. And then you can always get that constant, at least over 1 million each turn, right? I don't think these two together can get 1 million damage output, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe with a few orb investments you might, but yeah, let's get into the number 3 spot, which is Super Tech. Surprise, surprise! Super Tech being top 3, and you'd probably be surprised, wow, only top 3? Yeah, the reason is one of the rules that I set, which is only running Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. And with the numbers he's putting out, like 2 1s, 2 1s, like, it's not good. Not good. Especially when linking with LR Goku, you need some sort of, you know, key battery in order to get him an 18 key super to get his full output damage. It's very, very rare to get LR Goku an 18 key super because of this team. You obviously have, you know, like, Krillin being your own tech leader, 70% attack, HP and defense up and 3 ki, providing a 2 ki and attack and defense 30% up for the passive, which is nice, but still, that's still a lot of orbs to collect for this LR Goku to get that 18 ki super. A nice thing is that you have this Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, which provides another 2 ki and attack and defense plus 30% up. But then you get into kind of that territory, is like, do I really want to run 2 support units rather than, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, or another tank, or another dodge unit, which means the team kind of gets worse, but the team kind of gets better at the same time, and you're kind of in this predicament. That's the reason why. But with that said, like, the amount of variety this team has compared to any other team is very good. Like, you want a tank, you got a tank. You got lowering attack capabilities, you've got lowering attack. You want seals, you got seals. You want more support units, run Super Saiyan Goku and don't run LR Goku. You want that stuns, you got LR Hercule. You want, you know, a high damaging unit, you have Ultimate Gohan that gets an awakening on JP. You have just so many things you could run on this team that you cannot do no wrong. But the only problem is keys. Like, that's the only problem that I can tell you. And that's the reason why it's in 3rd spot. So yeah. Let's get into the number 2, the penultimate team, the 2nd best team in my opinion, and that is Super AGL. Again, like the Super Physical, they just have such a big Zenkai boost in the last few months. If this video was made a few months ago, it'd probably be a lot different compared to now. But with the introduction of EZA Piccolo being one of the best free-to-play units, you know, you can't go wrong with EZA Piccolo. TN is nice linking partner, providing a 15% attack up and 4 key, which will help TN get that 18 key super. And then the only problem is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, again, not being that great of a linking, And the only problem with this team, and you could probably argue why they could be maybe 3rd spot or 2nd spot, is the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and LR Trunks not having great links. LR Trunks, even though in LR doesn't really have that many good links, like 1s and 2s, same as Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, the team around him isn't that great in terms of supporting him. But with that said, I think that counters out with the amount of support units you can run, and that is, you know, Bardock, which is very nice, providing that key +2 and 30% attack up, having some decent key and attack link with the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. This Super Saiyan Goku is very, very good, okay, for the team. Z Fighters for one, the Rebirth link, you have Super Saiyan prepared for battle. It's a very good supportive unit for the team. I think this unit is a must. A Great Saiyan is obviously a must because of the leader skill. You could probably replace Bardock with any of the ones down below if you need a stunner, an additional stunner, because you already have TN here. You can run Whis or the free heal, of course, for those harder events. You want counters? You got counters. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma is the only free-to-play unit that can do counter super attack, that can do counter attacks, and has a pretty good passive skill as well. Again, not that great of a link set though. Not even Super Saiyan, that's probably his downfall there. Or if you want another support unit that has a little bit better links, I guess, for the whole team, you have the Super Saiyan Gohan, which provides a 25% attack up and 2 key for super types. But yeah, you have some variety in choosing depending on the event, which is always nice. And of course, LR Trunks being, you know, an LR and one of the best free-to-play LRs, probably like 2nd or 3rd best to me. He's very, very good. So let's get into the final team, which you guys should already know, and that is a Super STR. You can't compete with this team of just how much damage this team can put out. Super Saiyan 4 Goku being top 3 easily best 120 leaders. Okay, you have LR Vegeta, which is the top free-to-play LR, technically, free-to-play friendly LR. You have 1000 Day Goku, which provides 100% HP attack and defense up, and the 3 key. EZA Gohan being the 1st or 2nd best free-to-play non-LR card. You have the support unit of Master Roshi, which you don't even have to run, because you are running already a leader. But if you need the support, that's good to run him, because there's not many STR support units, which is probably the downfall there. You have B-Pan, which is a perfect defensive unit, stunning, healing, also the damage reduction. So it's a super good card to bring her. She has GT links, you know, the Rebirth link, as well as the Sun family, which is a defense increase, which is pretty nice. You also have healing power with the 1000 Day Goku, so you should, you know, be running pretty good with the healings. Now, the last unit, you have a pretty decent amount of choices. If you want more links, I think GT Goku would be probably best, but obviously he only has a flat boost. JP has this amazing card, which is way better than Globals. I'm super jealous, but, you know, attack plus 80%, defense plus 40%, and 4 key at a great chance, which is awesome. I wish we had that. Or you can run this Kid Goku if you have some dupes with him, which is attack plus 80% up and defense plus 40% up. And if you are versing 2 or more enemies, additional attack and defense plus 80%, which makes him 160% attack up, which is one of the best attack ups for a free-to-play card. And that is super, super good. I think the only downfall is the, you know, decent links. Like, they don't have that many. This Kid Goku doesn't have that good of a set of links, which is a problem. And then if you don't have any of these 3, then I guess you can run Kaioken Goku. but he's obviously the worst out of the 4. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrapping up my list for the free-to-play super and extreme type teams. Let me know again in the comment section if my list was inaccurate. If you think the ladder should be different, let me know down in the comment section. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video around. But as always, thank you guys for watching. It's been JPhanta, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay fizzy. Peace out.